Just wanna feel good every day. I wanna wear a smile upon my face. I wanna feel the joys of the day. I wanna feel alive in every moment. Said I won't waste time on feeling blue. I won't waste time on things I cannot change. I'm gonna live this day as best as I can, doing everything that feels right, singing la 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 la. I wanna hear the laughter of a child. I wanna feel a hug from a loving friend. I wanna hear I love you every now and then. I wanna show somebody that I care, 'cause feeling good is a choice that we all make. Just like a smile, a small effort that you make. I love to feel the newness of a brand new day. Happy to be alive today, singing la 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 la, hey, la 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 la, oh la 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 la, yeah, la la la, oh la 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 la, so.
Good day, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Intimate Conversations with Isa Favored. We are in August. It's Women's Month. We're celebrating women. We are just saying, women Zimbogodo. We honor you. We appreciate you. The world without you, it's boring, it's empty, it's just, So we're just saying, we are honoring Izimbogodo. And hey, thank you so much, Tebo, for that wonderful performance. Oh, what a beautiful voice, what a beautiful voice. Thank you, Tebo. And we just had to mesmerize you in this Women's Month and say, welcome to Women's Month. And to celebrate women, I had to bring beauty with brains. I had to bring, she's so beautiful. Oh, she is so beautiful. Recently crowned as Mrs. Kev Globe 2023, right?
Yes, 2023.
Welcome, Lucia.
Thank you, Issa, for having me, and good day to the viewers at home.
Yes, thank you. We're so proud of you. As Mpumalanga people, we are so proud of you to say you went and you represented us. Social media was a buzz. You're looking like
so
there she is. She's our very own, and not just Mrs. Globe, Mrs. Kev Globe. We're gonna get to that. Okay. She's a mother.
Yes.
She's a wife, a businesswoman, a woman of sesh. Crown. She wears her crown with confidence. You can see, man, you can see, but very humble at the same time.
I try.
You don't let this crown
to
carry you. You carry the crown. It doesn't carry you.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the most beautiful things, about to say, whatever achievements that you may have in life, you don't let them define you. You remain you.
Absolutely.
We are talking Women's Month. We are saying way back in 1956, the women went out and they said, we are not going to sit back. We are going to unite and we're going to go out there and we're going to fight for our rights. We are in 2023 and we are saying as women, the struggles continue.
Absolutely, and the struggle is different.
Very different.
Very different. It's not the same.
Totally different.
We are free now.
Yes.
And we can move. We're no longer fighting for Dompas, so that we can move freely. We can move freely. I managed to go to the US.
Yeah.
So that's what they fought for. So our struggle is different.
It's different.
Definitely.
But we still have struggles.
Yes, we still have struggles. Lots of struggles. From economy to leadership to taking up space. That I think that's the struggles that we have as women. As women. And the support, to get from the public sector, from government, in general, from home to where we are. Absolutely.
And also the struggle to be there for each other as sisters.
Yeah. We still struggle with the PhD, pull head Down syndrome as well. So, yeah.
But you know what I had someone saying this week, but someone was saying, it's called pull head down. It is because it's someone who is down. Someone up will not pull you down.
Absolutely.
They will pull you up to them.
I don't think so. I think women, we still struggle to find the divine femininity. I think once we discover that, we'll be able to pull another woman up. So still, once we are up, we still struggle to pull another woman up, to come up with us by myself. So it's something that I think as women we need to move away from, because we still want to take up space and still be in leadership, but we fail to support another woman once we are in that space. So it's still another struggle.
Okay. Speaking of that, we're just going to jump into that before we go.
Yeah.
What are you doing in your personal capacity, in the different roles that you play, just to pick somebody up?
There are women that I'm mentoring,
that
do come to me and I do advise. I'm still finishing the reign that I have. I'm coming up with something that I will announce once this reign is over, because it needs a lot of time. It needs me. It needs commitment. So once that is done, Mpumalanga, I'm here for you.
Watch out.
And
be ready. Because you can be ready, but if Mpumalanga is not ready for you, then it will not even happen.
Absolutely. But beside that, I do go to schools where I empower young girls and boys, and I donate sanitary towels. I call them essential packs, where it covers both a boy child and a girl child. And the one that I've recently launched is the Glow Up and Make a Difference campaign, where I'm going to Women Crisis Center,
Okay.
where we want to promote healing, when it comes to women, because I believe for us to move forward, we need to heal. We'll come into that about Mrs. Globe, what it's all about.
Yes,
So we
yes.
have Reclaiming Me classes where they encourage women to recover from trauma and also to heal. So this is what I'm doing to pull another woman up so that they can find their self-love and find their, themselves.
Because, when you're speaking of that, when you're talking about trauma and healing, the reality is that when healing has not taken place, you cannot find you.
No, you can't find you, and you can't love yourself.
You can't love
Remember,
yourself.
because you're still struggling from the struggles of the past. Once you heal, you are able to move forward and look at the
Yes.
future in a positive light. But if you haven't healed, you'll still be stagnant because you haven't healed.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So that is part of the Mrs.
It's
Globe?
part of the Mrs. Globe. It's part
Okay.
of the initiative, because Mrs. Globe is not only a pageant.
Okay.
It's actually a fundraiser for the WIN Foundation so that women can attend the Reclaiming Me classes, those who cannot afford those classes.
Okay.
There are healing classes that take place twice in a week where women can sit, talk, listen to the lectures that are there, who give classes. Yeah, so it's actually a good initiative.
I love even, it's called Reclaiming Me.
It's called Reclaiming Me Back to Self-Love.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's offered where? Online?
Online. It's an online which is offered by Dr. Tracy, who's the founder of Mrs. Globe, and also the Reclaiming Me classes.
Okay.
Yes.
Twice a week?
Twice a week.
Okay.
Twice a week, yeah.
What times?
The times differs because we're looking at the US time sometimes. So normally, the ones that I normally attend is 4 a.m. because the time differs. You find on their side is 7 p.m. My side is 4 a.m.
Okay.
But we are working on classes that will, accommodate, women in their countries. But it accommodates everyone. It doesn't matter where you are seated in the world. You can log in and be part of the class.
As you're talking about that, what comes to mind is that part of Reclaiming Me means that if it means I wake up at 4 a.m. for my healing,
Absolutely.
that's what I'm going to do.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to sit and say, oh, the time is awkward, therefore,
I can't
why can't they
attend.
make it 6 p.m. SA times? But it's the struggles that we're talking about in this current age. It is to say, as a woman, realize that I've got scars. There's healing that needs to take place. And for the healing to take place, I must do what I have to do.
You need to do something. Even though, let's say, you can't sit below 4 a.m., you can still see. We have social workers.
Yes.
We have, I think, psychologists that you can see if you can afford one. See one, talk to someone, because you need to heal. It's important for us to move forward. We need to heal.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of women are broken. That is why we can't support another woman. We can't love another person, because before you love another person, you need to love yourself. So if you cannot love yourself, how you love the next person? So we need to heal, love ourselves, then we can love the next woman next to us.
Yes.
And appreciate. You see someone, she's beautiful, you appreciate umuhle. Encourage that woman. You see someone, she's doing something, oh wow, kuhle lo. Encourage that woman. It's very, very important.
Because I think sometimes we focus so much on the outside beauty and we focus so much on the inside. And I always say that as much as you can take out the outside, if the inside is not okay, it shows.
It shows. It's the same thing as doing skincare. I'm a somatologist, a skincare specialist.
Yes.
So you cannot use products without treating the inside.
The inside.
If you're not drinking your water, if you're not eating healthy, your skin is going to show.
To show.
Meaning that you need to take care of the inside so that the outside can glow. So it's the same about healing.
Yes.
Because if you are not healed, there'll be a lot of stress, meaning that your skin is not going to glow. You'll have pigmentation, you'll have acne, you'll be sick, not understanding why you don't get well. And it's the problems that you are carrying. Or the heavy load that you are carrying with you that you are not putting down. So there's a whole lot that happens with us as humans, not only as women, even males themselves. Even males themselves.
Yes.
You mustn't forget that. So everyone needs to heal.
Everyone needs to heal.
Any trauma. When you say any trauma, because when we say trauma, a person thinks it's when your husband beats you up, or your boyfriend or your partner. Narcissistic trauma, narcissistic abuse.
Yes.
So Dr. Tracy has written a book about narcissistic abuse, an dictionary book, something that women needs to read. You know how to identify a narcissist,
Yes.
how to overcome that, how to win, how to stand your ground in front or when you are with a narcissist.
Yes.
So
yes.
Reclaiming Me classes has that as well.
Okay.
You learn about that narcissistic abuse.
Because there's a lot, I think, there's that aspect of healing that we need to go through, that we need to deal with. There's growing up. When we were growing up, the environment
that we grew up in, it's also very important. Sometimes we thought it was healthy, and you find that it wasn't healthy. We need to heal from that as well.
I always say that when you look at how we were raised versus how we raise our kids.
Now,
you see, we were raised where imbama beyifika nje anytime ungathi bayizisa imbama ihlangana inhlanekela bahlanganisa nemiri uyabo. We also grew up where we didn't have much we had, but then what you find that I think as the generation of today we need to heal from, we then overcompensated when we had our own kids. What I did not have, my children must have. So that alone is trying to find, it's part of the healing that I think
it's part of the healing. We're talking about childhood traumas.
Yes.
We need to heal from that. The different types of childhood traumas as well.
Yes.
And also remember times are different.
Yes, they
how our parents raised us and how we're raising our kids, it's different.
Yes.
But you need to teach your children to have boundaries as
Yes.
well. They need to understand boundaries, and they need to be disciplined, because we can't cane them, we can't hit them, but
there's ways
of disciplining your children. They need to know that they need to grow up with respect.
Yes.
They need to learn that they must respect themselves so that they can respect the next person.
Yes.
Because it's the same as self-love. If they can't love themselves, if they can't respect themselves, forget about them respecting the next person. So it's very, very important.
It begins with you. Anything begins with you before it moves on to the next person.
Absolutely.
Well, me and you.
We have a lot to talk about. Yeah.
And I would not want us to go back. Your profile speaks for itself. When we spoke the other day during the week, and I was like, "Oh, Lucia, how many crowns do you hold? How many?" And you were saying to me, "I think I was snatched from my mother's womb because you started at the age of 9."
No, I started at the age of 13. That's my first crown.
And you've been carrying them and carrying them.
Yes, I've been carrying them and carrying them. I wished I carried up until Miss SA.
Okay.
I always wanted to be a Miss SA. Unfortunately, being an African woman, I didn't make it. I did go for an audition.
Oh, you
It's
did?
Not like I didn't. Yes, I did. But I didn't make it. Then I stopped doing pageantry then. Up until a Mrs. Pageant came in our province and I entered. I became a second runner-up. Later, then I went to Mrs. Africa. I was crowned Mrs. Africa Globe. And then I went to China to compete.
Yes, let's talk about the China one.
To represent the continent of Africa, as well as my country, South Africa.
Yeah.
I made it to top 15, out of 80 countries then.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And I had a Best of Africa award.
Okay.
And I was also given a Tai Chi ambassador, a cultural ambassador award as well. So it was really an amazing experience meeting different women from different countries. Then at that time, I was invited to come and compete in a cover section because Mrs. Globe in 2019 had launched and crowned a new Mrs. Cover Globe. 2019, which is Alicia from Canada. And 2020, the world shut. It went to a standstill. No one could move. We were in a lockdown, so I couldn't compete in 2020. And I waited. I think when we opened up, they invited me again to come over. And I told them mentally, spiritually, I'm not ready. I don't think I'm ready. When I'm ready, I know I'm ready. I'm not ready. I didn't go.
I love that. Let's pause. You see, now you are, because I wanted us to talk about the China one, where you highlighted to me that one of the reasons you could not was because you were considered not thin enough.
Yes, at that time, because I was curves, with curves.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and you know how you said to me, where you tried, you had prepared.
Oh, the preparation. I think that was one of my hardest preparations that I ever had in a pageant, because I wanted to fit in. Because remember, you look at the women that have been crowned before and you realize, they are too petite, and you are not a petite size. So I had to do a lot of dieting. I had to gym. There were times where I wanted to give up, like, no, I can't. But what encouraged me the most is that when they started uploading photos, there was one woman that struck me at that time, and they hadn't launched the cover section. It was Alicia. She was curvaceous. And I'm like, oh, okay, I can do this. But there she is. But still, because you want to fit in, you still want to lose weight. I can lose weight as much as be a size 8 on top, but I'll still remain a 10 or a 12 at the bottom. So I couldn't lose that part, but still I had to go and compete. And competing in China, I think at that time I knew that, you know what, I'm not going to come back with a crown, but I'm going to make it maybe in a top 10, top 5, but not a crown, because this is not the criteria that a Mrs. Globe that they are looking for. But when they launched the cover section, I was happy, but unfortunately I couldn't go because already I was competing for Mrs. Globe. I had to finish that race. Yes, and lucky enough, they noticed that I'm curvaceous, and they invited me, why don't you do a cover section? Because we are celebrating women that wear size 12 to 18.
Yes.
We are celebrating you as a woman. And I embraced that. I said, yes, definitely I'll do it. I'm in.
Yeah.
But 2020, when I was supposed to go the following year, COVID happened. Then I waited. 3 years later, I was invited. 2 years later, I think, I was invited. But then I told them, I'm not ready. Mentally and spiritually, I need to be ready. I need to be ready, mentally, so that I'm able to do this. So when they call me again this year, I said, I'm ready.
Now I am ready.
I am.
And let's talk about that, the self-awareness. Because as I'm listening to you, when you know that I am not ready, because I think that's one of the issues that is critical as a woman in the times that we're living in. To say an invitation does not require a yes from you all the time.
Absolutely. That's where we come back to boundaries.
Yes.
Creating your own boundaries and healthy boundaries, and knowing when to say yes and knowing when to say no. Understanding, is this for me? is this going to build me or going to break me? I think at that time, if I went, I don't think I would have came back with a crown, because I wasn't embracing myself. I was still learning to embracing me, to move into my divine feminine. I believe now I'm in my divine feminine. When I was competing in the US, I was in my own skin. I was embracing who I am. I was actually enjoying the pageant and being in a competition. Because I ate food. I didn't worry about if I eat a chicken thigh, maybe I'm going to gain a kilogram. By the time I go on stage, I'm going to look chubby. It was never like that. For me, I was enjoying. I was having my lunch, my breakfast. I was being me. That's what is important, being yourself. I was myself and enjoying every moment.
And if you compare it with the 2019 experience, it was different, because
It's
you were
absolutely
saying you had to diet, you had to do a whole lot of things.
There were times where in China where I had to have vegetables and soup, making sure within that 10 days of pageant week, I don't pick up any weight.
And not because you wanted the vegetables and you wanted more, but
because the pressure that comes with pageantry. We mustn't lie that there's no pressure. There is pressure. But I thank God that the Mrs. Law pageant caters for all women, and they celebrate all women of all sizes. And it's a diverse pageant, because we also have the classic section.
Yes.
We celebrate women age 45 to 60, the mature women. You can be a divorcee, a single mother, married, and a woman, and you can enter. So, and a widow, a widow.
So it caters for...
It caters for everyone. For everyone.
Yes. Let's go back then to the boundaries. You were saying to me, I was saying to you that you're doing so many things. Your profile is so, and you were saying I'm scaling down.
Over the years, I think the past 3 years, I think COVID has helped us a lot as well.
Yes.
So 2 years, 3 years down the line, I managed to scale down and focus on what is important. At the same time, build up my business. And I managed to also come up with a skincare range called Nabongwane Naturals.
Yes.
So boundaries is healthy boundaries.
Yes.
Mrs. Loeb also teaches you, or the Reclaiming Me classes, they teach you to learn how to have healthy boundaries. Learn how to say yes, when to say no. See what is important, see what's not as important. Is it building me or it's not building me? Why am I doing this? Why am I part of it?
Key questions, so that in anything that you involve yourself in, I'm taking the key questions to say, is it building me?
Yes.
Why am I doing this?
Absolutely.
That is so critical.
Absolutely.
I was telling somebody that I recently had to make a decision, and I had turmoil within me. And I had to sit down with myself and I had to say, what is the source of the turmoil? Sit down with yourself and say, why am I feeling like this? And immediately I got to the source. Making the decision was easy.
True.
True. And that is the self-awareness. That is just being aware of yourself.
You have to.
Because we live in a time where you can get 20 invitations and you will exhaust yourself trying to respond to all of them.
Because you are important. You are first on the line. If you collapse now, another person can sit and start having the same program that you are having and running it, and no one can replace you. So you are important. Taking care of yourself. When I'm exhausted, I'm exhausted. When I'm tired, I'm tired. You have to think about you. Because remember, you have children.
Yes.
You have a family that you live for.
Yes.
But it's you first. Then, I always say it's me first, my children, my husband, and my extended family that comes, then the friends. So it's very, very important that you take care of you first. Because
one of the struggles that we've got to, in these times, we've got to...
We have to, because you can't be everywhere. Otherwise, they must clone me, and there must be 5 Lucias that can be everywhere at the same time. I believe from 2016 up until now, I really served. I really gave myself, time out where I'll be everywhere. But I'm in my 40s now.
I was about to say that.
I'm in my 40s now, and I'm only left with one son to raise. My eldest now is doing his first year in Cape Town, so it's the two of us, and he's more on a creative side. So when you're having a son that is more on a creative side, that person needs you, because there's piano lessons, there's sports, there's this. It needs you to drop him, to pick him up, to sit and watch. So I'm a mother. At the same time, I still remember that I'm a mother.
You can't forget that.
Yeah, I can't forget that.
Yes.
So the more my children are growing up, it's more. It looks like it's more they demand my presence than when they were little. They were not doing a lot of activities, but now it looks like it's more activities than before. So I have to choose. If an invitation comes, they come first.
You weigh the options.
I weigh the options.
Yes.
What is it?
Because I always say that it will be very sad that you can be out there and not be here at home.
Absolutely. So their well-being is very, very important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
Let's go back and talk a little bit about your business.
Yes.
You are the owner of Otideo Med Aesthetic Clinic.
Yes.
Let's start there before we go to Nabongwane. You've highlighted a bit of Nabongwane, but let's talk about the aesthetic clinic. What do you do?
Okay. Otideo Med Aesthetic Clinic was established in 2014. Actually, here it's based here in Bombela, Nelspruit. We are now in Brown Street. Okay. So what do? We do a lot of facials, but which is your medical treatment. We do a lot of medical chemical pills. We do laser treatment. We do LED treatments, which is your light treatment as well. We also do slimming treatments where we use fat freeze. I think a lot of people have been talking about fat freeze. We do cryolipo. We do lipolysis. We do cavitation, radio frequency. We have a dome, a slimming dome. And we do massages, but we only focus on hot stone. And then we do manis and pedis. We focus on gel because we believe in enhancing. So we don't do acrylic. So those are the procedures that we do.
That you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also do IV drips, but we have professionals that comes in to administer those drips. And we also retail products.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just a bit highlight. I know that the IV drips are really right now. People are like IV drips, IV drips. Because just share so that somebody who doesn't know what they are all about, they will then know.
An IV drip is actually cocktails of vitamins that are put together, from glutathione to other vitamins that we do for immune boost, for fatigue, which when you are tired or exhausted, to boost your skin, your hair, your nails. So that's what they do. Yeah.
And shame, I must say, your skin and all says that you are in the business. You are speaking, you are living it.
Definitely,
You
I have
have
to. Because the first thing that you walk into the business, you must know that my skin will be,
Yeah,
when I come out.
I know that you speak a lot about drinking water.
It's important.
It's important.
It's very, very important. First thing in the morning, especially now in winter, we don't drink water.
We don't.
So
it's a
we
struggle.
have to. If you can try and learn to drink water the first thing you wake up in the morning, I think throughout the day you'll be able to drink your water. Because if you don't drink your water, you become tired, fatigue, your skin doesn't look healthy. It looks dehydrated. Sometimes you'll even think that your skin is dry when it's dehydrated and it's lacking water. So water is important.
Water is life.
Because our body is made of water. 60 to 70% of our body is water. So if you don't drink water, it means that your cells become dehydrated.
They
so,
can, yes. So
yeah,
you
as
need
you
to
said,
give
it's
them
life, so you need to give it life.
Yes. Okay. And then Nabongane, this is a skincare product.
It's a skincare range. Okay. It's made of avocado oil and other essential oils. So we have a serum, which is your vitamin AK serum, which is deep penetrating to the skin. It helps with hyperpigmentation and also to give your skin a glow. And we have a body oil as well. A cleanser. We have 3 types of cleanser. We have a milky cleanser, a brightening cleanser and a normal cleanser. And then we have 2 moisturizers, which is your refining, and we have a moisturizer. And then what we have as well, we have a mask.
Okay.
And we also have exfoliating enzyme peel that you put on as well that removes dead skin cells.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you also, you're doing a lot of social and charity organizations.
Yes.
I see you on the South African Cancer Association.
When I started with pageantry, actually I worked with South African Cancer Association,
Okay.
Lowveld. How I started, my father had cancer.
Oh, okay.
My father had prostate cancer, and then he passed on. Before he could pass on, I went to them to ask how can they assist, looking
Yes.
at the travels he had to do from Nelspruit, his Robs from Ross Ferreira to Pretoria.
Yes.
So that's how I got to start with Cancer, Association. I started raising cancer awareness.
Yes.
I did a lot of cup of cancer with them. There's so much that we did. Then I ended up focusing on TLC cancer, which is your childhood cancer awareness, because I realized that even children, they get cancer. So we only think it's adults only. So that was our focus. That's how I got involved with Cancer Association. So I'm still doing cancer awareness. I haven't stopped.
You haven't stopped. Okay. Then let's talk about the Lucia O Foundation.
Yes, the Lucia O Foundation was actually founded by myself while I was based in Malelan. That was in 2012. I started working with the foundation at Amazing Grace, where we'll cook for the orphanages. And then it grew up until it is now, where we're focusing on schools and doing the sexual reproductive health and menstrual hygiene education. And we donate essential packs to both boys and girls. Yeah, so it's growing. There's a whole lot that we do as a foundation.
Making a difference. And I love what you said earlier on when you were saying you also focus on boys.
Yes.
Because sometimes the focus is so much on the girl child. And
Sometimes it is more on the girl child, and we have forgotten the boy child.
Yes.
I think we are repeating the past where the focus was on a boy child. We need to focus on a child. On a child.
Yes.
We need to focus on grooming a child in South Africa, because I'm asking myself, these women, whom are we preparing them for? If we are not raising this male child, so we need to prepare him so that he can handle the strong female that we are raising.
Yes.
Because our boys are becoming weak, our girls are becoming stronger, and it's wrong.
And when the boy child does not know how to deal with this strong,
that's why they're so aggressive.
Then it becomes
aggressive. That's where the aggression is. Yeah.
And
so
then
we need to correct that. We need to find a way of correcting it, because I always say that, when God created humanity, even if you can go into the animal kingdom, you have a male species and you have a female species. A male species is always dominant when it comes to a female species.
Yes.
So we cannot correct what nature has created.
No.
But we need to find balance. Let's find balance and see how do we raise these two, so that all of them, they can have better opportunities. We can't say one can have opportunities and the other one, because someone in the past had opportunities. Why will a boy child die of sins of their fathers?
When they did not,
when they were not
nothing.
here and they did nothing. Yes. I feel that it's unfair. That's where gender equality comes in.
Okay. So we are saying we need to find a balance.
We need to find a balance.
And
actually raise these two, so that all of them, they can have equal opportunities, in the country or in the world. Even a boy child, there's nothing wrong with a boy child taking up space. It's a child.
It's a child.
So let's allow a child to take up space. Let's groom a child to be ready for the world. Because whom are we raising these girls for? If I'm this strong and I meet a weaker male, he'll be more weak.
He'll be more weaker, and
He'll
he
be
will not know
more
how to
weaker.
deal with it. Then he'll abuse you.
Absolutely.
Then he'll do these things and these
Absolutely,
things.
because
So-
this is what is happening. I'm earning more at home. The husband will be more abusive because he will feel belittled.
And unfortunately, the reality of it also is that because nature had, as you mentioned, nature created it to be that way. When we start earning more, we also have a problem. Because
Yeah. I don't think we start to have a problem. The thing is, nature didn't create us to be providers.
yes,
Nature created us to be naturers. We nature. So we don't know how to give money. And men, because they were created to be providers, we want to be taken care of as women, no matter how much you earn.
No matter, yes,
Because this is how nature has.
Yes. and honestly, I always say that a wise man will then know that even though he gets 5K and you get 7K, he will know how to stretch that 5K to make you happy.
Because he's a provider.
And so when we empower them, because right now the scales are that they are favoring women.
Eish,
And
yeah.
there's nothing we can do
There's
about
nothing
it.
that we can do about that, but we need to find a way of correcting it where we favor everyone.
It's going to take us some time.
Because remember, just imagine if four boys, they are parentless, they don't have parents. What do? Who will take care of them?
Yes.
Who will be the breadwinner? It means that these four will starve forever because none of them will bring bread at home. Because there's no girl at home.
At home, I hear you.
So we need to find balance.
I hear you. From that perspective,
We need to find balance.
we need to. I just don't think we are 100% geared up for it. But as we become aware of that, then we start to be intentional, because everything requires intentionality.
Absolutely.
You've got to be intentional about anything that you do. Without being intentional, there is no chance meeting of certain things happening. Somebody must make a decision and be intentional about it. Then in that way we can be able to slowly turn.
But I believe that it starts with us.
It does.
I'm a mother of boys.
Yeah.
I have to think as a mother, what will happen to my boys once they're done with varsity? Will they have opportunities in the country, or they need to create their own opportunities?
Yes.
So it's something that you think about. But if we don't start now and we start creating awareness and saying a boy child also needs to be given opportunities, then we're not going to have a boy child given opportunities.
And
so
then
it starts with us.
Then we see a whole lot of social ills because no
They
one
are
is
there
taking
already.
Yes.
If you can see the percentage of femicide that we have in our country, let's not say the whole world, we're talking about South Africa alone,
yes,
and it's the leading country, when you compare to other countries, gender-based violence, we are the leading country. So we need to find solutions and actually go back to basics, and go back to the core. Where is it starting from? I'm not saying gender-based violence is correct and it needs to happen because a boy child is not given opportunities. No, I'm not saying that.
I get you.
What I'm saying is that we need to go back to the core and find out why is this happening, and why is it growing stronger and stronger each and every day.
And then we start putting systems in place that will reduce it slowly, so that the next generation finds it a little bit better.
They won't experience what we are experiencing now.
And I believe that women, as women, those are some of the struggles we are faced with, and we can start then, because we're influencers.
Yes,
women are
as women.
influencers.
Yes, women. At the same time, also, let's not forget our constitution, how it's been crafted, with the freedom and the rights that we have.
Yes.
I think it's something that we need to look at, because we have so many rights in this country,
Yes.
from our children to ourselves. How is it affecting us as a society? Is it building or is it breaking? So there's a whole lot that we need to look at, from constitution, to the laws that we have that protects women and children, including men as well. Because remember, when we talk about gender-based violence, even women are abusive as well. So it's something that we need to look at. There's so much. If we can look at it, there's a whole lot that we need. And the healing. I think South Africa, we are a nation that needs healing.
Healing as a whole.
As a whole, we never healed from where we come from the apartheid system to where we are. I'm not saying gender-based violence is because of apartheid. No. What I'm saying is that we didn't heal from so many social ills that we have faced in the past, and we are carrying them to the future. Yeah.
And if we want to see a change, we need to start dealing with them.
We need to start
now.
dealing with them. We can't put everything under the carpet and thinking everything is well.
No. Because things are not well. Things are not well.
No, they are not.
In so many ways, they are not well.
Yeah, no, they are not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. We had a lot to talk about, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, what can we expect from Mrs. Curve? I heard you were calling it in another way.
Mrs.
Career Clove, yes.
Yeah.
What can we expect, in your year of reign?
Okay.
And beyond? I know that you said beyond, you must just watch out.
Okay.
But between now and then, what can we expect?
As Mrs. Kavek Globe 23, I'm an ambassador for the WIN Foundation. So I'll be serving my reign, and we'll be doing more of the Reclaiming Me classes. At the same time, also I'll be busy with the Glow Up Make a Difference initiatives.
Okay.
Where I have volunteered in a center, Women Crisis Center in Komazi.
Okay.
So I'll be working alongside them and also doing my appearances. So we'll see also, when time moves, because things shift as we go.
Yes.
Things shift. But my focus is on those initiatives, which is your Reclaiming Me and also the Glow Up with a Difference initiative.
Yes, and please promote that. I love the Reclaiming Me. I love that, because once that is done, once you have reclaimed you, imagine 50 women in Bombela
that have reclaimed themselves. And the nice thing about Mrs. Globe, you don't have to be a pageant queen to be part of it. Any woman can be part of it. We also have your your feminine boss, which is your business and women in leadership initiative.
Yes.
They can be part of Mrs. Globe being part of that initiative.
Okay.
They can be part of Mrs. Globe being part of the Reclaiming Me, initiative. So you don't have to compete to be part
but you
of
just
us.
become a part so that you can be empowered.
Yes, so that you can be empowered, because we empower each and every woman. But if you want to enter a pageant, you can still do.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And of course, you've got Lucia, who will be able to hold your hand and guide you and say,
guide you.
let's do this.
Yes, because the nice thing about Mrs. Globe, you become an alumni.
Okay.
So you become part of the system. So we mentor each and every queen that joins us. Yeah.
And what would you say to a younger Lucia? Somebody who's looking at you, not younger Lucia as in, but somebody who's looking at you and say, wow, how I wish one day I could be the one with that crown and that sash. What would you say to them?
Believe in yourself and listen to that inner voice. That inner voice is always right, is always correct. So believe in your dreams, believe in yourself, and go for it and push. Push hard enough. Yeah. Have resilience.
Have resilience.
Have resilience.
Because I can imagine it's not an easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Have resilience. And also try and have mentors. Always ask. You are not always right. You are not always correct. Always ask. Yeah.
Always ask. Okay. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much for having me.
and, making time so that we can sit and have this
No,
conversation.
thank you so much, and have coffee.
You did not drink your coffee. Your coffee is cold.
I drink it cold.
You drink it cold?
Yeah, it's still warm enough. I drink it cold.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you for coming
No,
through.
thank you so much.
I think you've already said as much as I think what you have said is not only applicable to the younger Lucia, it's also applicable to any woman out
To
there.
anyone, believe in your dreams. There's nothing wrong about dreaming big.
Yes.
Dream big and go for it.
Go for it.
Go for it and believe in it. As the more you believe in it, the more it will come through and the more it will come to pass. So
Even if it scares you.
even if it's the scarier the dream, it's the right one.
It's the right one.
It's the right one. Yeah, it's the right one.
Okay. Now, thank you for coming through. Before we close, though, before you say, I know you've already spoken to the younger child and the adult you. Where can people find you, your socials? Because we live in the days of social media and all that. So how do people follow you and learn what you're doing and learn from you?
Thank you, Isa, for having me once again, and the viewers at home. My social media platforms are Lucia Simelane Ochan, which is your Instagram and Facebook. I'm available on Twitter as well, and TikTok is Nabongwane7. And then for business, it's Oteomere Aesthetic Clinic, both Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, and Nabongwane Naturals.
Nabongwane
Naturals. Yes, for products.
Okay, so you can follow her. You can track what she is doing and learn from her. Maybe you want her to mentor you, DM her. Only those that want serious help, not chances. Mm-hmm. So you can DM her. You heard her. She says she mentors people and all that. So yes, you can follow her and she'll be able then to guide you. And we're not going to give out her cell number. So follow her on socials, DM her, and then she'll be able to assist you. And thank you again for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
You've heard it, viewers. We just had to talk and say there's just so many things that we're dealing with as women. As we celebrate Women's Month, saying these are the issues that we are dealing with. And before we sign out, I'm going to allow Unati to mesmerize us with her voice. Unati is going to sing and mesmerize us so that we can be able to just say it's Women's Month. Let us just appreciate ourselves. Let us just be soft and mellow, and because women, as much as they say watindi bafaz watindi mbogoto, we must also allow ourselves to be mellow, marshmallow, and just be soft and just be, so yes, let us do that.
Hi, I'm Natinkuna. Happy Women's Month. I'm here to sing a song that says Like I'm Gonna Lose You by Megan Trainor. I found myself dreaming in silver and gold, like a scene from a movie that every broken heart knows. We were walking on moonlight and you pulled me close. Split second and you disappeared, and then I was all alone. Woke up in tears with you by my side, breath of relief, and I realized no, we're not promised tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted, 'cause we'll never know when we run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm gonna lose you. In a blink of an eye, just a whisper of smoke, you could lose everything. The truth is you never know. So I'll kiss you longer, babe, any chance that I get. I'll make the most of the minutes and love you with no more. Let's take our time to say what we want, use what we got before it's all gone. 'Cause no one I promise tomorrow. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm saying goodbye. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted. 'Cause we'll never know when we run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm gonna lose you. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted. 'Cause we'll never know when we run out of time. Wherever we're standing, I won't take you for granted. 'Cause we'll never know when we run out of time. So I'm gonna love you like I'm gonna lose you. I'm gonna hold you like I'm gonna lose you.
And yes, thank you, Unati, for mesmerizing us. We love what you just did for us, baby girl. And may you continue to soar. May you continue to just, that voice is beautiful. So continue to just grow, baby girl. We are looking at you, and tomorrow we are saying you're going to be another woman who is just making a difference wherever you are. You've started at a young age and continue doing that. Until next time, viewers, thank you for tuning in, and a beautiful Women's Month. Let us lift each other up. Let us just love and be there for each other as women. Thank you so much. Until next time.